Hello, Pioneers. Today is Thursday, January 23rd. My name is Abby Curry.
And I'm Kylie Bradshaw, and this is your weekly premiere of the press. Just 3 days ago, the 47th President of the United States was sworn into office during the presidential inauguration. But before we continue with our show, Grace is taking a look into the new ceasefire deal between Hamas and Israel, as well as the brief TikTok ban. Grace?
Thanks, Kylie. Last Thursday, the Israeli government and Hamas officials agreed to temporary ceasefire as Israel attempts to bring hostages home. Phase 1 of the ceasefire is set to last around 6 weeks, and as of this past weekend, 3 Israeli women have been returned home after roughly 470 days in captivity. The ceasefire promises within the first 6 weeks nearly 33 Israeli hostages will be released in exchange for roughly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners and increased aid and fuel deliveries to Gaza. The next release of these hostages and prisoners is set to take place this Saturday as officials start to discussing a Phase 2 of the ceasefire agreement. TikTok, the popular social media app, made its way back into the hands of Americans after going dark for just under 24 hours. The app was set to be banned in the U.S. starting Sunday, January 19th, following a law that President Biden signed in April of 2024, stating the Chinese-owned app would need to sell to an American buyer in order for the app to remain in the hands of Americans. However, the app's owner, ByteDance, was unable to do so, resulting in the ban on January 19th. With the help of President Trump, the app was restored and back to working later that night. TikTok released a statement on X saying, "In agreement with our service providers, TikTok is in the process of restoring service. We thank President Trump for providing the necessary clarity and assurance to our service providers that they will face no penalties, providing TikTok to over 170 million Americans and allowing over 7 million small businesses to thrive. It's a strong stand for the First Amendment and against arbitrary censorship. We will work with President Trump on a long-term solution that keeps TikTok in the United States." The app is no longer available in the App Store. However, if it is already downloaded onto your phone, it is back up and working. That's all for me. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Grace. The 60th presidential inauguration took place on Monday, marking the swearing-in of Vice President J.D. Vance, and now the 45th and 47th President Donald Trump. The event was lengthy, with festivities having begun around 8. Despite his inaugural address, Trump recapped the last 4 years and laid out a course of action for his administration, which included halting immigration on the southern border and reinstating the Remain in Mexico policy from his first term. He plans to officially designate cartels as a foreign terrorist organizations, and he also included renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
During his speech, Trump made note to mention the 3 Israeli hostages released over the weekend. Trump also claimed he's going to be a common-sense president and referred to the 2 assassination attempts against him, saying, quote, "My life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again," end quote. Some big-name attendees included the Paul brothers, Logan and Jake, popular comedian Theo Von, a performance from pop country singer Carrie Underwood, and big tech names such as the CEO of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, Elon Musk, the CEO of TikTok, Shao Chu, the CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, and Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. Former U.S. presidents in attendance included Bill Clinton and his wife Hillary, George W. Bush and his wife Laura, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden alongside his wife Jill.
On Monday, Vice President J.D. Vance was sworn in alongside his wife Lucia and their 3 young children, as well as his mom. Vance made history by being the 3rd youngest person to serve as Vice President of the United States at just 40 years old. And his wife also made history, being the first ever Indian American and Hindu second lady in the White House. Donald Trump followed by being sworn in alongside his wife Melania and his 5 children.
Following the inauguration ceremony, the new president signed a series of executive orders, including pardoning more than 1,500 people involved in the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. another that will begin the process of the U.S. withdrawal from the World Health Organization, and an executive order that gives a popular social media app, TikTok, a 75-day delay on the ban. In total, he signed 26 executive orders on day one. Following this, the president attended the inaugural luncheon with congressmen, Supreme Court justices, and other well-known figures. Later on in the evening, the president and vice president observed the Inauguration Day parade, which took place at Capital One Arena. They then closed out the evening by making appearances at 3 inaugural balls.
That's all for our show today, Pioneers. As always, thanks for watching. For the press, I'm Abby Curry.
And I'm Kylie Bradshaw. Make sure to tune in next Wednesday for more national news, and have a great rest of your week.